5 days later, Jaqk was conducting his activities as usual when a customer that he had not seen in quite a while arrived at his business residence. He had brought an associate along. This did not seem at all askew to Jaqk, who was very popular. He sometimes met up to 10 new people each day. Jaqk's crew vigilantly watched the customers enter from a nearby building. Everything seemed normal. Farrell, the customer that Jaqk had dealt with some time before, asked if he could purchase 150 G of product. "You know that it is still 750 a gram for you," explained Jaqk. "That's cool, man," said Farrell, motioning to his burly companion's sling bags, which were apparently filled with currency. Jaqk was fiddling with his electronic scales and a plastic bag of the mixed product. It was no longer than 20 minutes from then that 2 members of the Jaqk squad arrived. They had been told that there was an informant with some information for them and feared for his safety. The combined syndicate of mobsters had decided that if it looked like a major bust, that someone might spirit Jaqk away. Usually when the NS's deep green vehicles were seen by those involved in the illicit trade, they would flee. They would retreat into escape tunnels or ride, drive or fly off swiftly with jet or helipacks. But not today. Jaqk walked casually out into the dead-end street. He was so intoxicated that it was interfering with his normal thought processes. Everyone was his friend, and surely those who were not would be when they got to know him. He greeted the 2 agents that disembarked from the patrol vehicle heartily. Jaqk sauntered up to them, slapped them on the back and made a series of bad jokes. 3 pairs of eyes surveyed the scene from a neighboring balcony with disbelief. "He's in with the pigs, man," was whispered urgently by a voice from the shadow-darkened, slightly elevated position. No way, man. There's just no way," said another, softly yet concerned, muffling an involuntary fit of coughing. Jaqk was in the process of inviting the 2 officers in for a beverage when he gestured towards his home. "That fucking does it," growled a third voice, and there was the sound of a submachine gun cocking. The quiet statements that followed echoed his sentiments. "Yeah, you're right. Yep, fuck him, man." Small caliber bullets showered down from the balcony onto the police personnel and their lightly armored jeep. One hit the first constable in the side of the face. He landed in an awkwardly twisted fashion, the blood pooling like a pond from the gaping wound where his cheek was missing. The other was returning fire with his heavy laser pistol, its piercing blue beams seeking out the aggressors above. Jaqk had returned to a semblance of his normal level of awareness by the intense noise, reverberation, and visual action. He retrieved the dead lawman's blood-covered laser and also returned fire. After a brief engagement, the fight was over. Jaqk's associates had been killed, and the remaining Jaqk agent was heavily wounded. Reality was returning suddenly for Jaqk. The adrenaline and stark horror of what had just transpired was eroding the hold that the narcotics were having on his consciousness. The dying policeman had not blamed Jaqk for the ambush, and was telling Jaqk how he would be receiving a commendation of some kind for saving his life.